Welcome to News Laundry Chota Hafta. For the full episode, subscribe because it is behind the paywall and only subscribers get access to uncut, complete content. News Laundry Hafta is our weekly wrap of all that made the news, all that didn't, and all that should have and all that shouldn't have. We agree, we disagree, we critique, and occasionally we beat each other up. But it's all good fun. Subscribe.
This is a News Laundry podcast and you're listening to NL Hafta.
अंग्रेज अपना लगान और न्यूज़ लॉन्ड्री अपना हफ्ता कभी नहीं छोड़ते. We are back with another episode of Hafta from Delhi during the magical period when monsoon is over and winter isn't here yet, and during the Dasera time when that flower that you can smell at night, what's that flower called? Which Delhi's Raat Ki Rani, I believe it's been called by a expert botanist, in-house botanist, Lippy Vats, who's also the producer of this show. What is the...
I don't think it's Raat Ki Rani, the small one with an orange...
It has been contested by the other botanist in the house, Manisha Pandey. But
No, it's not Raat Ki Rani.
those of you who live in Delhi know what that smells of.
Is it Raat Ki Rani?
That smell is the... Okay, everyone is chipping in. Can we get on with the hafta?
That little flower with orange...
We have sparked off a debate on what that
pollen.
smell is. If you know, please write in to us at contact.
There is a
@News
definite
Laundry.
winter smell to Delhi, yeah.
So that smell is
And
here,
smog
and
soon.
Delhi is beautiful at this time, just before crop burning starts.
And it becomes hell.
And it becomes hell, but you never know, it may not be this time. They're saying it's less than usual.
Really?
Usually by this time, yeah, pollution is a lot more. You should read the paper. You'd be surprised what all you'd find in there.
No, but it said that it's going to get really bad in the next
2
weeks.
days. But so far, as compared to last time, it's like 5
Last
times
year,
less
okay.
or something. So on that note, let me introduce our panel today. We have, Kashmir has dominated the airwaves and the headlines over the last week. And we had promised you last week that we will get a reporter who reports on Kashmir, from Kashmir. So we've done that. Joining us on the panel this week is Azan Javed. Hi, Azan.
Hi, Abhinandan.
Just to introduce Azan, Azan has worked with several organizations. He's written for The Print, HuffPo, The Wire, Hindustan Times, DNA, Deccan Herald, Statesman, and Caravan. So you're pretty young, Azan. How you spent like 3 months in each of these places? Or you write? Huh?
No, I have been in journalism for around 11 years now.
Okay,
But my latest stint was with Print. I was there for a couple of years.
I see. And where are you right now?
I am right now freelancing, but I'll be soon joining an organization perhaps this week.
I see.
But as of now, I'm a freelance journalist.
And you'll be joining based out of Delhi or Kashmir or...
No, Kashmir only, hopefully.
So you're in Srinagar right now?
I am in Srinagar, yes.
Okay, and the internet is back on? There's normal connectivity or is it patchy?
I mean, it is a luxury to have whatever connectivity we have here. But it comes and goes. Right now, I'm using a Wi-Fi, so hopefully this will be smooth.
And Azan, you've always lived in Kashmir, or did any of your stints take you to other parts of India as well?
No, actually, I have reported in Delhi most of my life till 2018. Actually, I moved back to Kashmir in September 2018. In fact, I've reported to Raman sir here in DNA as well for more than 2 years.
Acha, so
Yes.
he used to report to you at one point?
Ji.
No.
Acha.
No, Azan was with me.
I-
I hired him for DNA.
Oh, I see. Okay. Chalo, good. Little reunion here. And Azan, you're what, 31? 30? How old are you?
33.
33. And you grew up in Kashmir, but...
I grew up, yeah, but we've traveled a little because of the situation here. We've moved around, but mostly I've spent my life here. I'm done my education till 12th here. Then for graduation and masters, I went outside Kashmir. I did my masters from Mumbai University.
I see.
And
Okay.
then I was in Delhi for around 6, 7, 8 years. I worked there.
I
I was
see.
a crime reporter, actually. Then I kind of graduated into other beats.
Right.
My latest stint was with the Hindustan Times in Delhi, where I was working, covering Home Ministry.
Hindustan Times Home Ministry. Okay. So I guess that would pretty much require you to publish press releases. Sorry. Just taking a dig at my friends at Hindustan Times. But also on the panel is Raman Kripal, who's joining us on the phone line because he's in Bombay these days.
Hi.
Because the Narcotics Control Bureau, since they were using the help of some random fraudsters and BJP, we said we'll send you a proper investigator who'll get to the bottom of this. So Raman sir is going to crack the case and come back. Right, sir?
Of course.
Joining us in the studio is Manisha Pandey, our very own award-winning journalist. I haven't said that in a long time.
बहुत ही पुराना हो गया वो.
बहुत ही पुराना award हो गया. चलो, I hope you
Must
applied
not
for
talk
some.
about it now.
And my name is Abhinandan Sekhri. And before we get into the discussion on all that made the headlines and especially Kashmir, let's get what all did make the headlines this week. Manisha, please do the honors.
Yes, Union Minister's son Ashish Mishra was sent to police custody for 3 days. He's accused of running over farmers in Uttar Pradesh's Lakhimpur Kheri, which triggered violence that claimed 8 lives early this month. 2 more persons were arrested in connection with the Lakhimpur violence. A court has denied bail to Ashish Mishra. Lakhimpur Kheri violence is condemnable, but talk about all such incidents equally, says Nirmala Sitharaman. This is just the most dumbest thing that is just like, I mean, they don't even have any self-awareness of what they're saying.
Yeah.
Which are the all incidents where, someone's minister's son is ramming his car through a crowd of farmers? Anyway, the Ministry of Home Affairs' decision to extend the BSF's jurisdiction from 15 kilometers to 50 kilometers inside the international border along Punjab. This is a Home Ministry decision.
Yeah. And this has been roundly condemned by many Congress leaders. However, Mr. Amarinder Singh has hailed it.
And Channi has also supported the decision. The current Chief Minister. The Jammu and Kashmir government has asked migrant employees not to leave the valley, saying that security arrangements have been increased for them. Former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister and National Conference President Farooq Abdullah on Wednesday said that Muslims, Sikhs and Hindus have to fight killers together. Kashmiri Pandits leave camps after panic over spate of targeted killings. Meanwhile, 5 soldiers were killed in Poonch. This was an encounter. These are suspected terrorists who supposedly have crossed over the LOC. And a top Jaish commander, Sham Sofi, was also killed in ongoing gunfight in Tral, says the police. And the first 2 weeks of October saw the killings of 7 civilians, basically. Targeted killings of 7 civilians. BJP has dropped Varun and Maneka Gandhi from National Executive Committee. Meanwhile, Varun has tweeted a speech by Atal in support of farmers.
This is what it sounds like.
मैं सरकार को चेतावनी देना चाहता हूं, दमन के तरीके छोड़ दीजिए, डराने की कोशिश मत करिए, किसान डरने वाला नहीं है। हम किसानों के आंदोलन का दलीय राजनीति के लिए उपयोग करना नहीं चाहते, लेकिन हम किसानों की उचित मांग का समर्थन करते हैं। और अगर सरकार दमन करेगी, कानून का दुरुपयोग करेगी, शांतिपूर्ण आंदोलन को दबाने की कोशिश करेगी, तो किसानों के संघर्ष में कूदने में हम संकोच नहीं करेंगे। हम उनके साथ कंधे से कंधा लगाकर खड़े रहेंगे।
In Tamil Nadu, with only 1 vote, BJP functionary contested as independent. He's obviously inviting a lot of ridicule.
1 vote. That means other than him, not even his campaign manager voted for him. That can be, I mean, we shouldn't laugh. It can shatter your confidence for life. Imagine, I mean, if he has family, maybe he has a lover, he has some friend. That means just 1 vote means other than him, nobody voted for him.
His family member had voted in other wards, different wards actually.
Okay.
There was no vote in that.
So you have
poll.
confirmed all that?
Yeah,
Good,
this is in the report.
I see.
At an NHRC event, PM Modi warns against quote-unquote selective interpretation of human rights.
Also, speaking of the Human Rights Commission, the Human Rights Commission chief, the former Justice Mishra, Barsaud, compliments on Amit Shah. And Manjula has done a very nice cartoon on even sycophancy is a human right. It is a good play with words and with the institution.
Iron Khan's bail plea is going on as we speak. There are arguments being heard in the court. And the NCB has told the court that he's not a first-time consumer. They're also saying that he is part of some international drug network because they found some WhatsApp chats. So far, they haven't found any proof of consumption or possession.
Right. And yesterday, the hearing had started for the bail, and of course, it's spilled into today, so he's still in custody.
So now he's some new Pablo Escobar type figure that they're trying to... Amid reports of the ongoing coal shortage in the country, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman stressed that there's no shortage and termed these as absolutely baseless, saying India is a power surplus country.
That's news to me. I had no idea India was a power surplus.
The government has notified new rules under which the gestational limit for termination of a pregnancy has been increased from 20 to 24 weeks for certain categories of women. Journalists Maria Reza and Dmitry Muratov have won the Nobel Peace Prize for their fights to defend freedom of expression in the Philippines and Russia. This is a welcome news, and all journalists especially should welcome it. And I'm wondering if it's a signaling also by the Nobel Committee. It was unusual for journalists to get the Nobel Prize.
I'm sure it's signaling. Of course it is.
Opposition leaders have reacted sharply to Defence Minister Rajnath Singh's comments that Mahatma Gandhi had asked right-wing leader Veer Savarkar to file mercy petition with the British. They've pointed out that Gandhiji was still in South Africa in 1911 when Savarkar wrote his first application seeking clemency. This has been a point of debate and much contention all over, on TV also, and I think on Twitter also. And some funny memes on it also, that Gandhiji also told Modi not to give a press conference, stuff like that. Why raid the same house 5 times? Sharad Pawar alleges misuse of agencies. New IT law in the offing. Centre starts discussion. New law to focus on stalking in social media. In other news, Swara Bhaskar has filed a police complaint in Delhi against one man on Twitter for stalking her and harassing her on Twitter. A fully autonomous Blue Origin rocket ship lifted off on Wednesday from a launch site in rural West Texas on a planned suborbital flight that has made Star Trek actor William Shatner the oldest person ever in space.
And he started crying when he came down and came out. But first, let's get to Kashmir, which has occupied actually more than a week with being in the news. But before that, just a couple of announcements. Many of you know that there are new RBI guidelines on recurring auto payments. It came into effect on the 30th September, which caused a lot of auto payments to fail. So many of you who had recurring subscription News Laundry may see your transactions getting cancelled. So like I told you, our weekly revenue dropped almost 40%. So if your subscription has been cancelled or it's expired, please get a new 1 year or a 6-month subscription. It shouldn't fail now. It's better if you just get a 2-year subscription in one shot. So this whole auto renewal thing is bypassed. If you have any problems, please mail me at abhinandansekhri@newslaundry.com. I repeat, Abhinandan Sekhri, no spaces, at newslaundry.com. So that's ABHINANDANSEKHRI at newslaundry.com. So if you face any issues, you want a longer subscription, just mail me. To what extent is that actually happening? Is that true? 2, we've seen how some section of Indian media covering this very disturbingly. Arnab was asking for, bombs to be thrown and guns, and Kashmiris don't deserve democracy, etc., etc. Is coverage, do you have an Arnab equivalent there, whether in print or on YouTube or in any journalism? Because a few years ago, when I did a podcast on Kashmir, a couple of young journalists told me that, yes, there are some equivalents here, and people who watch Arnab will never accept Kashmir as equals, and people who watch those guys will never accept India. So it's like kind of an impasse because of the consumption that we do. And finally, is there a local pushback against this, or there's too much of a fear or support? Can you just start off on these 3 and then we'll move forward on other parts?
So your first question was whether the remaining migrant families, minorities, and everyone else who are here, are they kind of planning to leave? I think there have been some families who have left. I'm not sure how many, because the government will of course not share it with us because it is an embarrassment for them as well. But some families have made the choice to leave, at least temporarily, to Jammu and to Delhi as well. That's why you see this notification from the government asking the government employees not to leave. So there's definitely a lot of fear, but we have to also kind of contextualize, take a step back and contextualize. See, civilian killings unfortunately are a norm here. But essentially the idea is to target people where, they can send a larger message. And this, I think, has been conveyed on ground. And some families that deciding to leave, people who are working in the government deciding to leave, has definitely kind of for the militants, they have achieved their goal for now. But our greatest fear is that will it stop?
I mean, I've been to Kashmir even during relatively peaceful times between 2013 to between 2004 to 2012-13. I've shot there. I mean, the fact that there was so much security everywhere hasn't stopped. So isn't it, aren't questions being asked, our heads rolling, that how did an attack like this happen? When I remember I used to play a game when I was in Kashmir, that how long can I count before I see another convoy or a checkpoint? Like 1, 2, 3. Maximum I reached was 7. You cannot count beyond 7 before you reach. In such a situation, how did these killings happen and those guys run away? There's no accountability of that. Are those questions being asked? Is that crime being reconstructed? Like,
No, that is what I was getting to at. There is absolutely, you see, Pulwama happened, and 40 CRPF soldiers were killed, but I don't think any major name was transferred or suspended or anything. Obviously, we there are stories after this that this was an intelligence failure or they had received inputs and all. But on ground, you see, there is absolutely no accountability in that sense, and that is what that people are afraid of. That if there is no accountability, the government is not holding anyone accountable, the pushback is going to be on them. And that is what is happening right now. Even today, for instance, there are security checks. People are used to this thing, but the fear again is that there is this anger with which government is responding rather than being tactical or strategic. Actually, this is a point I really wanted to discuss. We have to first, at least from Delhi newsrooms and especially people who cover media, News Laundry and all, they have been covering media in a very fabulous way. But we also need to media in Kashmir, I mean, we also need to kind of differentiate between the media establishment in Kashmir and local media. So local media persons, the establishment more or less has completely caved in. So even if there was a character who would justify and all, it is absolutely not possible, because at the end of the day, all local media is essentially, and I'll probably get into trouble by talking about this, but they have kind of caved in a great manner. And you see, it has been covered by you also and by other publications as to what they are reporting.
They completely cut off advertising. I know we've done that.
Yeah,
On
they've
Kashmiri
really
media, they
quelled
completely
anything.
cut. I mean, they cut off the lifeline. There was like zero revenue, right?
So a
That
lot of
happened.
handouts and
We've had after 2019 August 5, there was a joke that on the edit page or the op-eds they were posting these recipes of how to make a meat anchar, meat pickle and all. So that they would talk about Cambodian politics more frequently than what was happening in Kashmir. So what happens is, forget the justification part, but to have a proper debate on this thing, because see, it is at the end an inconvenient truth. Now the militants might have killed these people, and the responsibility is on the militants or their backers or whatever. But at the end, the government has to have a writ. And if these killings, what it proves that if militants are freely roaming in Srinagar, it is an embarrassing situation for the government also. Sure. Arnab is followed quite a lot in Kashmir. I mean, mostly for entertainment purposes, but everyone I know that they have a laugh at it. But it is not good, because the younger, as you rightly pointed out, the younger generation, they see, and they essentially, he represents
India,
kind of
exactly. He represents Indian media, exactly. So when youngsters see that, they'll say, "This is what India is." And not just him. There's him. There's Z. There's Times. If that's what they see, that's what the younger generation sees. That's why, I mean, I did see a very marked difference in the outlook of the 30 and below and the 50 and above, at least when I had spoken to journalists there.
and I mean, saying things like we want the gun run to come back, and the rule of gun has to come back, and they don't deserve democracy, they don't understand the language of peace, they need to be taught a lesson.
Rule of gun had not gone.
That's what one, I was talking to this journalist Ryan who freelances for us. I was just telling him that, this is what Arnab said. He said, but where had it gone? It's not like we didn't have rule of gun.
I just want to again bring this point that News Laundry has done such a good coverage on the media scene here. I just hope you guys continue with this reportage here. We need these checks and balances to kind of, let people know what is happening here with the media scape. So yeah, that is about it.
Thank you so much, Azan. And those of you who are listening, the only reason we can do that is not because we are particularly great or fantastic. It's because we don't depend on Modi ads or Yogi ads or Kejriwal ads or UPA ads. We depend on you. And because so many thousands of you pay to keep news free, we can report the way we do, unafraid, which is why even though we have these so-called surveys that come and question us for 13 hours a day, we really don't give a rat's ass, because we get our revenue from you guys and not from the governments and large corporate houses. So please continue to support us. Go to newslaundry.com, click on the subscribe button on the top right. Tell your friends and family too, especially the ones who keep whining about how shitty the news is. Ask them, well, what are you doing about it?
Okay, Piyush says, Dear NL team, I am a law student. I've been following your work for around 2 years now. You allowed me a student subscription some months ago, and I promised myself I'll use my first pay to subscribe to you. So thank you so much. Yay. Happy to let you know I got my first salary as a paralegal and fulfilled the promise today.
Piyush, I'm
clap.
feeling like, first of all, so proud of you. All of you who, with your first salary, buy subscription News Laundry. It's amazing. I feel like Nirupa Roy in the 70s films, my low, when you went, Ma, mujhe aaj pehli salary meri. Or, dude, really, yeah. I'm just Nirupa Roy in drag these days.
Daniel Kahneman. Is that how you pronounce?
अंग्रेज नाम है.
Wrote that our judgments are impacted by the ease with which we recall information. If we don't know about the things that matter, they don't matter to us. So it is only natural for authoritarian governments to exercise excessive control on news that is broadcast. So that we can't think beyond SSR or Aryan Khan to oxygen shortage or hit and run murders. So thank you for allowing me the space to think about real issues and form an independent judgment. May legacy media attack you every day and you emerge victorious every time. Woo-hoo.
Thank you, Piyush.
इस दशहरा में हम किसका पुतला जलाएंगे?
इस दशहरा में हम लेगेसी मीडिया के बुलिंग का पुतला जलाएंगे. खैर देखते हैं क्या होता है. We are still locked out of our YouTube channel, but let's see. Hopefully that should get resolved soon. Meanwhile, thank you, Piyush. Be like Piyush, guys. If he could subscribe with his first salary, those of you who are earning 8 figures, 12 figures, 10 figures, surely can subscribe. On that note, I might want to also appeal to all of you to pay to keep news free. Click on newslaundry.com. Tell your friends and family, all you Mufat khors who listen to our Hafta, the free one, Chota Hafta, week after week. Sometimes you get the full one for free because there's a glitch and it's not behind the paywall. Consider paying for news, guys. The amount of work, effort that goes into making news happen is more than just sitting in a studio and shouting that you guys are what used to. And only you can make it happen. Don't leave it to advertisers, because then, trust me, by the time you realize that you guys are being taken for a ride, it's going to be just too late. All of you listening in, the Chota Hafta, do subscribe so you can listen to the entire Hafta. We will see you again next week with the Hafta. Till then, subscribe, pay to keep news free, because when the public pays, the public is served. When advertisers pay, advertisers are served. Thank you. Goodbye.
All the News Laundry podcasts are available on Stitcher, iTunes, and any other podcast platform.
Please subscribe to News Laundry. Help us keep news independent. To catch all our podcasts on news, pop culture, current affairs, and sport, visit newslaundry.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
सुन लिया अफ्रीका मुफत खोरों? Not to brag or anything, but News Laundry Hafta features in the top 50 in the world on SoundCloud in the news and politics category for podcasts. So do subscribe and see what you're missing, because when the public pays, the public is served. When advertisers pay, advertisers are served. Subscribe, help keep news independent and free.
All News Laundry podcasts are available on iTunes and Stitcher and any other podcast platform.